went from the Olympics right into like the big time.
Yeah.
Did you do any small shows to prepare?
No.
Nothing.
Okay. The crazy thing was I didn't even watch pro wrestling.
Wow.
So I was relatively new. When I called the WWE in 1998, they offered me a contract in 1996, right after the Olympics. I went up and met with Vince, and he gave me a multi-million-dollar deal and threw it on the desk, and he said, hey, 10-year deal, let's do it. I said, can I go home and think about it? So I went home and went to my agent, and he grabbed the contract. He threw it in the trash. He was a former amateur wrestler, also an NFL football player, former NFL player. His name's Ralph Sindrich. So he said, you're not going to do that crap. You're the real deal. I'll get you a better job. So he gets me a job as a sportscaster in Pittsburgh for Fox. And it was the worst experience of my life. I mean, I was really bad. And the thing is, it was a startup station, so I didn't get to rehearse. So the first night on the air, here I am, I'm anchoring the sports, and my teleprompter goes out. And my scripts, when I went into the studio, I ran to the producer, and they all went up in the air and fell out of order. So when I put them down, they were out of order. So I'm looking at the teleprompter. The producer says, just look at the teleprompter. Don't look at anything else. Just read it. And I go to read it, and it goes black. It goes out. Wow. And I'm just sitting there for like a minute. And the producer says, Kurt, say something. Say anything. So I remembered like the first story was Duquesne basketball. They played tonight. Let's go to the highlights because I didn't know what else to say. And so the next sport, I had to guess what it was. And I guessed it was baseball, and it was actually football. So the whole segment turned out to be a disaster. That was my first night on the air.
You had a guess.
And it didn't get any better. So anyway, so I spent a year there. So at the end of 1997, I started watching WWE, and I fell in love with a character named Stone Cold Steve Austin. He was just kicking ass. I mean, he's flipping off his boss. I thought he was the coolest thing in the world. And so I decided to call the WWE in early 1998, and I said, "Is that contract still stand from 1996?" They said, "No, but you can come up and try out." So I went up and tried out. After the first day, I picked up on it pretty quickly, so they gave me a contract, and I trained for about 7 months. And they literally they had me training. The first 3 months was a week a month, where I just went up to WWE. I went into their studio, and I would train with a couple of wrestlers. And so I'd only do that 1 week a month for 3 months. And then the following 4 months, they sent me to Memphis, to a smaller territory down in Memphis. And I worked there for 4 months, where I did 1 TV a week for 4 months. And then Vince brought me up on the TV. I was only training for 7 months. I wasn't ready to be on TV. And he wanted me to go on TV at that point in time. So I was like, Vince, you want me to cut a promo tonight? I don't even know how to cut a promo. I didn't learn that down in Memphis. I did 1 or 2 promos in Memphis, and they were horrible. And now Vince wants me to cut a promo for 5 minutes. And he's going to tell me it. He's not even going to write it down. He's going to tell me what it is, and he wants me to go out there and do it. I'm like, holy shit, there's no way. So I said, well, okay, go tell me the promo. So he starts talking, and the whole time I'm just thinking, this is fucking long. This is really fucking long. I'm not going to remember any of this. So when he gets done, I said, Vince, I'm sorry, but I didn't hear a word you said. You're going to have to repeat it again. So he said, I'm going to tell you one more time, and you got to go out there and do it. You either sink or swim.
Wow.
So I went out, and I did about 80% right, and he was like, I think I have somebody here. I think it's a guy I can work with. So I was learning on the job, and I was getting better and better every week. And Vince continued to push me. Within 3 months, I was at the main event level. It was like, whoa, like what's going on here? Why am I getting pushed so hard? And he just wanted to create another star, and he thought I had the ability to do it. And I was able to follow up on it. I did all the promos the right way, did all the pre-tapes. My matches were great.
Did you get like a coach in how to do the promos? Like, how'd you learn how to do them?
No, I learned on the job.
Oh,
They were giving me promos. I had a great writer that wrote for me, and I had a lot of funny shit I did in WWE.
Yeah, you did. Was a lot of that you and your writer laughing with each other? Like, does this come
my writer
from Vince?
writing it for me.
So, like, the milk.
Yeah.
That's him?
That was my writer, Brian Gewirtz.
He sprayed people with milk.
I did a lot of stuff. I did a battle rap with John Cena. I did What else did I do? I did the sexy Kurt when I imitated Shawn Michaels. There was like, I'll give you something that I did. For example, I was such an idiot. Like I always fucked up. So there was one night where I was supposed to wrestle Rey Mysterio. I was like, Rey Mysterio, you're a boy in a man's world, and I'm a man who loves to play with boys. And I go, no, that's not what I meant to say. And then I would say something else, and that would fuck me up too. I'd be like, no, not that either. So fans got to make fun of me and laugh with me. Fuck me up too. I'd be like, no.
Hey, woman, since your man ain't got no heart, why don't you go to our apartment tonight? I'll show you a real man.
There you go.
What? Fuck you.